Howdy, howdy, fellas. Another World of Warships Legends match today on, what is this map called? Northern Waters with the Perfect 10. What is the Perfect 10? Yeah, Northern Waters, there we go. Hey, for once I didn't have the failed division. They have a Graf Zeppelin with a Colorado. That's, probably not a good... He's running a Dewey, but I've got it kind of. Oh yeah, this is for once. I think this was at the start of my run of just like awful matchmaking. So I think I used up all my luck in this match and then had none for like 2 weeks straight. But yeah, the Perfect 10. What is the Perfect 10? It was available a couple of years ago in like a racing event. I don't know if you could win it. Maybe through crates, or you could buy it or something. But they had the like pinata crates, the like anniversary thing. So I got it in one of those. It's a modified Plymouth. I'm not even gonna say it's basically a Plymouth because I think it's different enough that it's definitely its own thing. But it's like a Plymouth hull, Plymouth turret. The reload is about a second slower. They reduce the damage on the AP shells, reduce the health by about, is it 8,000? It's a lot. But it's way faster. I think, so I'm turning and I'm 32 and a half. I think that's what the Plymouth is basically has for speed. Oh, and the concealment's a little worse too. So this is like your agile Plymouth. It can mount a speed boost, and it has whatever the exhaust smoke rather than the Plymouth smoke. Can't mount radar. Oh man, this thing would be busted if it could have radar. Oh my gosh. And then I think it can change out the health or the engine boost for. Maybe it can mount sonar if you do one of these, but like, this is the build. This is the build. I'm running Tenet in this match. I've gone back and forth. I've tried a couple of different builds. I tried like a Cheshire build, like a little tankier. Basically just like, I am Plymouth, but I'm a little bit faster and a little bit less guns. But this is in this match, I'm running Tenet, like full agile. Well, actually not full agile. Some people run like Fraser and I don't know, another speed inspiration. I've just got, I think, Mimbelli and Lip, maybe Riegerwald and Lip. I'm not sure. This is another one where I've kind of changed it around. Honestly, it doesn't matter that much. You could totally do like a free-to-play version of this where you do Tenet, Mimbelli, Scott. You're done. Like, that's totally fine. It doesn't make that much difference. You're really in a ship like this. And why I actually enjoy playing this one versus the Plymouth. I think the Plymouth may still be a better ship, depending on what you're doing, what you're trying to do, who you are as a captain, and especially if you're playing with a division, Plymouth is probably better. But especially in an AP-only ship like this, positioning is damage. If you could get to that side, get closer in, get to your advantageous position, you will do more damage with these kind of guns. That's one of the big drawbacks of the Plymouth. And this thing is the Plymouth is one of the slower, less maneuverable ships of the tier. This is one of the faster and more maneuverable. So yeah, I think you trade your... Oh, and the torpedoes are different. 1 kilometer, less range. I think a faster reload. I believe same damage. I looked at this. I was going to make this video a while ago, but I looked at it now. I've kind of forgotten a little bit. The torpedoes are, I think, better, and they definitely suit the Perfect 10 more because they are like fast and dangerous rather than zoning torpedoes. So, pretty sure Plymouth has 10 kilometers, same damage, slower, like 60 knots, and these are 70, something like that. Sorry, not that kind of channel. Wish I was. I wish I was. It's neat. I know I've seen some people have like the graphs and stuff, and it's like that. Anyone who does that, you should appreciate it because it actually does take a lot of work to keep track of that stuff and put it in. They're doing the Lord's work. But the torpedoes on this are different. I think they might even be better on the Plymouth, but they're definitely more suited to this ship. So I like him. But yeah, I'm talking about the ship, and we're just rolling over that failed division. You know, they're not going to learn if you don't teach them. That's what I'm saying. All right, so here we see a Suzuya. This is actually one of the like weaknesses of the ship. Look at that! I just took almost 10,000 damage in HE fire from the Suzuya, and he is just wrecking me. You do have 4 heals. They're not amazing. They're kind of slow. It's just like, yeah, you got to get through them. I'm just like, uh-oh. Like this Suzuya, I'm not doing an amazing job citadeling him. Like, where are all these bounces coming from? He's just kind of, you know, bobbing and weaving. I feel like I should be hitting more shots, but he, yeah, there we go. Okay, that one was fine. There, that was better. But look, he did half my health. Actually, more than that, because I got the heal off during the duration of that fight. So yeah, your damage output is high, but don't get sloppy and don't get cocky. That has definitely happened to me a few times in this ship. I've only been death struck in the first few minutes of the match one time. I've been death struck otherwise. Yeah, I pulled the old like sail in front of a Georgia. Nah, he won't citadel me with all his shells. Yep, oh, that was wrong. What am I talking about? Yeah, don't get cocky. That lower health, I think sometimes it's kind of like, whatever, health doesn't matter, or at least for me. But it definitely does, and yeah, I think that fight with the Suzuya, that doesn't feel nearly as close to the Plymouth, because the Plymouth just has more health. It does have better heals. They have the same amount, but the Plymouths are better. I'm not actually sure if it's the same proportion. I feel like it is even a better proportion, and then obviously because it has more health, it's more overall. So don't get sloppy, even versus something like a HE spamming Suzuya at close range. That's broadside. You miss a few salvos in that, or don't get great hits, you could be in trouble. So here we're sailing over. Yeah, this match is relatively even right now. We're up on ships, down on caps. The teams are in, I don't know. I would say there's flaws in both sides for positioning. Our battleship, kind of coming out of A, is out kind of in the middle of nowhere by himself. He should probably just angle in, nose in, like back up a little bit. It's a Bismarck, and what was the other one? I just looked at it. I don't remember what the other one was. A Bismarck and a Bismarck. It's 2 Bismarcks. So if he just noses in and backs up, like 2 Bismarcks are not generally going to do a great job damaging him down through his nose. But he's broadside, so good. Can't change it. Whatever. It is what it is. This Rochester is also sitting broadside. Maybe in smoke, but maybe not. Just up. And it's just like, okay, guys. Yeah, okay. Rochester goes down. Maybe he was dodging torpedoes. He knew they were coming. I can't see what's happening. Oh, the Sashia was like right in front of him, so. Whatever. He's down. Can't change it. These Bismarcks are up here. There's 2 remaining ships, a destroyer and I believe it's a Plymouth on the red team. Don't know where they are. So we're trying to angle, trying to get over for the cap. I've got to smoke if I do get spotted, but I want to start getting damage on these guys because that's always the name of the game, is like, it takes a little time. If you get these unsaturated hits on superstructure, they'll take a lot of damage real fast if you can get broadside shots on battleships. But you can definitely run into instances where they start angling or like that. 3 shatters, 4 bounces, where it's like your aim is off, or they turn, they maneuver, or you just get a little unlucky. Yeah, 7 shatters and probably aiming a little low. The belt armor on the Bismarck, yeah, 4 bounces. Like, again, it's just, you can get big whacks, but if you don't get the right aim spots, or if they start angling against you, suddenly it can take a long time to take the ship down. But he does go down. Oh, it's a Vladivostok. Ooh, risky going broadside. And he goes down. So that's a Plymouth, so we know he's right there. So yeah, we're still... Yep, we see the Plymouth. You know, this is still anybody's game at this point. We have the carrier, so a lot of times that's an advantage, but they could also flip the caps. The Plymouth is close enough to D. If he takes out the destroyer, like, that could go pretty quickly, and then we see the destroyer. We didn't know where he was, but he's way up there out of position at A, so that is actually a great thing. Here comes shots from the Plymouth. Did he see me in time? But I'm chunking him. You know, sister ship on sister ship. Get some damage on him. We would love... What do we have? We have 3 right now, so we'll see if we can get... Yep, finally got a Citadel. Does he go down? No, nope. Hey, there we go. Got the kill. Oh, yes, he got hit by 1 torpedo, and then I just finished him off. So that's great. So now we're at 4. We'd love to crack him, but as always, we're looking for the win. We can flip this cap. We're relatively safe. We know the destroyer is way out of position. This game is generally won at this point, as long as something doesn't go terribly wrong. So, I'm just kind of cruising. This is another reason where I do like the speed. You see I'm going 45 knots. Like, in a Plymouth at this point, you know, we're 20% back on the map. Like, we're still at D or whatever it is. Like, you just can't move around the map as much. And as a solo player, and as a member of Blue Team, like, sometimes you have to win the whole map. You know, you can't just win your flank or 2 flanks. You know, I started at A, cleared A, came to D, capped D, cleared C. Now we're going back to A. And, like, sure, you can do the same thing closer to the middle in a solar ship. Like, there's ways around it. It's not guaranteed to be a problem, but this is a thing that I appreciate about faster ships, is you can impact the whole map easier than you can in slower ships. I'm trying to get some damage on the Bismarck. In retrospect, I should have just gone to B. I was hoping for the Kraken. It's always nice to get a Kraken. I also do have 3 cap assists, so I'm not actually sure at this point which gives more experience. There's like diminishing returns on if you do the same thing during a game, it does give less experience than the first time you do it. What I really need right now is defend ribbons, so I actually should let him, like... Oh yeah, there's one. I should let him tick up enough, but I think other people are shooting it, so I don't know that I would anyway. But in retrospect, maybe I should have just gone up into the cap instead of hunting for the Kraken right here, because he kind of angles in. I'm getting some damage, but it's just like not enough to really finish him off. He does start to turn here, and I get excited, but... Oh, fun police, even when they're on our team. Bummer. You gotta hit him with a negative. Yeah, so we see that, and it's fine. We don't get to crack him, but... You know, we touched 7 of the ships that went down. There's that 1 destroyer that's still up in the thing. I'm not gonna have time to get into the cap and flip it with the amount of points that we have left. But it's fine. I don't know that it would have changed that much in the in experience. I always like to maximize it. It's just fun. You know, my priorities are win the game first. So, and I've intentionally been trying to do that more. Win the game, even give up experience sometimes if I think that it's a better play to win the game. But close behind that is I like to maximize the XP. It's just fun. Like, you see that big number at the end, it's like, yeah, I'm good. I did good stuff. And then the medals, like the Krakens and whatever. And the assist medal. What is that one called? I can't even remember. Helping hand? No, that's just the one. I don't even remember. That's the distant third. So, but yeah, we finished off the match. You know, I got on red team for once. I'm not even going to say that was my best played match, but GG 4K.